We know that packing for a cruise can be stressful. And that's why here on YouTube, we actually have several videos on what you need to pack for a cruise. But regardless of itinerary or cruise line, there are actually several items you should never ever pack for a cruise. And in this video, we share all the details of what you need to leave at home on your next cruise. Up next. Welcome aboard, cruisers. I'm Don B from Eat Sleep Cruise, where we help you see the world one port at a time. And let's just dive right into this list of the 12 items you should never ever pack on a cruise. Now, the first one might seem pretty obvious, but then again, you would be surprised what some individuals try to pack in their check luggage or their carry-on. But regardless of your embarkation port, you cannot pack any type of weapons for your cruise. Any type of gun, including replicas, toys resembling weapons, or items like paintball or pellet guns, are prohibited on cruise ships. Hunting equipment like crossbows or spears, or other items with sharp blades, like a sword, are not allowed on your cruise either. This policy applies to any type of self-defense gear as well. Several people still get caught attempting to bring items such as pocket knives, pepper spray, mace, handcuffs, tasers, or other items that could pass as a weapon. It doesn't matter if you're legally able to possess these items in the US, the international nature of your travels could put you in violation of other countries' laws. Also, avoid bringing anything that could be mistaken for a weapon, even if it's just a novelty item. We know your cruise is a cause for celebration, but let the ship's crew be in charge of all the festivities and special events. Thus, the cruise lines do not allow passengers to bring on any form of explosives or ammunition. Your default thinking should be, if the item is made to be lit, it should be left at home. This goes too for those Zippo lighters, porch lighters, or any type of lighter fluid. Although most cruise lines allow smokers to bring matches or normal lighters, items such as fireworks and flares cannot be taken on board the ship either, regardless of the local state laws on these items. This goes for items like sparklers as well. Again, even novelties that resemble these items will be flagged by security. At best, they'll be confiscated. At worst, they will be cause for you to be removed from the ship. Although you can bring some glow items that you can get at a local party store for your cruise white party or glow party, which happens one evening of the voyage. No matter your state laws, you should refrain from bringing items such as illicit drugs and paraphernalia. This includes marijuana and marijuana-infused products, even if it's for medical purposes. This also applies to CBD products. Those two are not allowed on a cruise ship. Smoking devices such as hookahs are also not allowed. Of course, be sure to pack any other prescribed medication for your trip. We recommend bringing these essential items in your cruise carry-on bag on embarkation day. You want to look nice for dinner and make sure that your outfits are neatly pressed and you look sharp for those formal night pictures. We get it, but unfortunately, irons are forbidden on all cruise lines, and so are steamers. Essentially, any device that heats up and has extremely hot surfaces is not allowed. Exceptions are hair straighteners and curling irons. Those items are allowed. Many cruise lines do offer self-service laundry rooms with irons. Carnival Cruise Line, Princess Cruises, and Disney Cruise Line are among those with laundrettes on some ships. Luxury lines like Viking also offer self-service areas with ironing capabilities. Of course, even if your cruise line doesn't offer these self-service laundrettes, you can always pay for pressing services. However, this will typically run you between $5 to $10 a garment. Depending on your cruise line loyalty status, you might get a discount on such services. Otherwise, you'll need to make sure you pack strategically before heading on your cruise. This is why we always take plenty of Downy wrinkle release with us. We also steam our clothes in the bathroom while taking a shower to help reduce those wrinkles. Speaking of heating elements, candles are another fire hazard that are strictly forbidden on cruise ships. If you're looking to set the mood, you could bring battery-operated candles or small nightlights. Also, avoid bringing incense. Although you can certainly bring some scented sprays for your cabin or an air freshener to hang in the bathroom. After all, cruise ship cabins have rather tight quarters. Of course, there are plenty of places on your ship to get food and drinks. So leave those household appliances where they belong, at home. Most cruise lines do not allow you to bring items such as tea kettles or coffee makers, hot plates, toasters, or mug warmers. Don't worry, many ships have venues open most of the day for you to get your morning joe or a cup of tea. You can also pack a Yeti thermos to keep beverages hot or cold throughout the day. Other items with heating elements, such as electric blankets and heating pads, are not allowed on a cruise ship either. Now, the next item that's not allowed on cruise lines actually surprises a lot of first-time cruisers. Many of us cruise to tropical locations to take advantage of the warm and sunny weather. This most certainly means relaxing at the pool or the beach. The cruise lines will provide your little ones with life jackets and child-approved flotation devices, so no need to pack those for your cruise. But you'll also want to leave any pool toys, including inflatables, at home. These are not allowed on your cruise ship. So there's no unicorn inflatables, floating rafts, or beach balls allowed on the pool deck. Other watercraft are forbidden too. Items such as kayaks or canoes are not allowed on cruise ships. You can certainly rent these at ports of call, but you'll need to leave your personal watercraft at home. Long gone are the days when travelers would unplug from technology while on vacation. Now we all bring along our smartphones, cameras, tablets, smartwatches, and various other electronics. If you do bring these devices, make sure to leave the traditional surge protector at home. These devices could cause a fire due to the electrical systems on the ship. Also, extension cords are not allowed. So when looking on Amazon, be very careful, as some products labeled cruise ship approved actually will not be allowed on your ship. A good rule of thumb is, if it has a cord, it will be confiscated. Instead, opt for one of these cruise ship safe travel power adapters. We always pack one in our carry-on, as the extra outlets and USB ports are essential to charge all our devices. If certain cords are needed for medical devices, please contact the cruise line prior to your sailing. Also, check with your cruise line about bringing certain types of sports gear on your ship. Many cruise lines do not allow you to bring these items on board. If your cruise ship has a sports court, the basketballs or soccer balls will be provided for you, but you should be able to bring those pickleball rackets and balls if you wish. If your cruise line has amenities like a roller skating rink or an ice rink, check to see if you can bring your own skates. Odds are you'll need to use the ones provided by the cruise line. Martial arts equipment is prohibited on cruises as well. The same goes for pressurized tanks used for scuba diving. Those are not allowed either. However, you can bring your own fins, masks, and other gear, but you must use them off the ship only. Likewise, many cruise lines do not allow items like skiing gear, baseball bats, surfboards, or pool cues, regardless of the ship's onboard amenities. But many cruise lines do let you pack those golf clubs, fishing rods, or beach gear like folding chairs and wagons. Be sure to check your specific cruise line's policies before packing them though. If cruisers are allowed to bring them on board the ship, they will only be allowed to utilize these items while at a port of call. Alcohol too is another item you're not allowed to bring on a cruise. Now, most cruise lines do allow each adult in a cabin the ability to bring one 750 milliliter bottle of wine. These must be put in your carry-on bag during embarkation. Otherwise, it is likely that your bag will be flagged and delayed in getting to your stateroom. Although alcohol policies do vary by cruise line, so be sure to check prior to your cruise. Some luxury lines let you bring as much alcohol as you want, and other cruise lines allow additional items like a 6-pack of beer. Whatever you do, we do not recommend trying to sneak any other alcoholic beverages on board the ship. If you do, you might be sent to the naughty room, also known as the onboard security office. This also applies at ports of call. Any adult beverages purchased ashore will most likely be held by the staff and delivered to your stateroom the night before disembarkation. Further, you should check your cruise line's policy for bringing non-alcoholic beverages on board. For instance, Carnival Cruise Line allows you to bring 12 cans or cartons of non-alcoholic beverages per cabin. Although that cruise line does not allow guests to bring water, soda, and other non-alcoholic beverages on board that are packaged in bottles. We know you want to get around the cruise ship with ease, but you'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. Cruise lines do not allow you to bring personalized wheel devices, such as inline skates, Heeley shoes, scooters, or hoverboards. Recreational wheels are strictly prohibited and will be confiscated from your luggage. So make sure that your kids leave these at home. Of course, medically approved wheel devices, such as walkers, rollators, mobility scooters, and wheelchairs are permitted. We all love our own pets, but we're not fans of yours intruding on our vacation. That is why most cruise lines do not allow you to bring pets on board the ship. In fact, most cruise lines no longer recognize emotional support animals either. Regardless of your pleas, these animals will not be allowed. Yes, service animals for those who need accommodations are allowed on cruise ships. Ships offer facilities to accommodate these support animals, but proper training and documentation for approved individuals is necessary for the animal to be allowed to cruise. Now that you know the 12 items you should never pack on a cruise, we need to find you the right cruise ship. Well, lucky for you, right here on YouTube, we have our look at the best cruise lines of the year. Whether you're a family, traveling solo, or looking for the best food, our picks for the best cruise lines will help you decide which ship is right for you so your next cruise is smooth sailing.